What's up, everyone? Welcome back to another late night. It's close to the Christmas season, so Merry Christmas to you and your family. I hope you guys are together and you're celebrating this wonderful season. And yeah, today we're going to be watching The Iron Giant, sort of a throwback to our animation days where we watched a number of animated films, and it's quite good to return back to form once in a while. So yeah, interested to get into this one, and without any further delay, Captain, we are a go. That's an interesting way to introduce one of the main characters.
Please, Mom, at least look at him.
Oh, all right. Where is this guy?
Annie, I can't read this handwriting.
Yeah, that one should have lettuce, tomato, extra mayo.
I will go get him, okay?
So he wants us to...
Not the best place to lose him inside a diner.
Hey, I saw it too. I rest my case.
He probably has a reputation that precedes him, because that didn't help the argument.
I'm sorry, kid. I'd like to apologize to everyone in advance for this.
Unofficially now his problem for all this mess.
No.
Oh, come on, stupid antenna.
Well, that's pretty much in line with the sci-fi films of the 50s and 60s that we have been watching. This is a little bit more dramatic, but somewhat in line. What a brave little kid. I know most people would be scared out of their wits, but this was Stranger Things even before Stranger Things. The irony is that there is just one switch that just turns the whole thing off, and to his sympathetic nature, it works out. It would work out in his favor.
Really, it
Hogarth,
is. And
please.
And the robot, it's 100 feet high.
Hogarth.
And it eats metal.
Stop it! Just stop. I'm not in the mood.
Until now, we're just getting the iron perspective, characteristics of this robot, and until we probably see their relationship develop, and then we learn about his softer side.
Only eats metal. Shut up, you little spaz. It's probably been sent by foreign enemies to take over the country. Yeah, we should bomb it to smithereens before it does.
Cease to be around.
Wow. What a PSA or a warning sort of video to be publicizing through schools. But then, as we have seen in other movies, that happened. That was part of the zeitgeist, or part of the time.
We did find this. United States government, huh? Guess that means something big's happening here, eh?
No, Marv. Big things happen in big places. And the sooner I fill out my report...
Nothing big happens in Maine. At least they would hope that something big happens in this small area to demand such big interests. In the realistic side, the giant probably is not that loud. because Hogarth probably did not run that, or he didn't travel that far from his home to meet him. So he is quite stealthy.
Shut off switch. You saw me save you. So, where are you from?
There you go. Now it's indebted to the kid.
Oh, wig out. It means crazy. You know, like, No! Don't do that! That's the kind of stuff that makes them shoot at you.
2 nights ago.
The kid's infectious enthusiasm just rubs off on this giant, and the giant itself, it's learning the language like a small baby.
No. Me go. You stay. No following. Good. I told you!
Just like a pet. It clings on to him as soon as there's this smallest of bonds.
Hey! Wait a minute! What do you think you're doing? Look at this mess!
What a disaster. Leads him right into the railroad, and it snacks for him.
Oh no. Ah! You're alive!
Oh wow, he can interact with his limbs, I guess, independently, which is very interesting. And it begs the question, where is he from? Which country does he come from? Or is he an extraterrestrial from Mars?
Wow, you can fix yourself? Neato.
And he can emote. So after the screw went into his jaw piece, you know, he showed that he was pleased.
Hey there, Scout. Kent Mansley. I work for the government.
Just bad timing in general.
If you told me you'd found, say, a giant footprint, I might send over an expert to make a plaster cast of it. Hell, you get me a photograph of this thing, and I could probably get some troops over there. But you tell me you've got a feeling.
All right, then, fine. You want evidence?
That equates to bubkiss. Nothing. And his reputation is going lower and lower. Unless Hogarth helps him.
Well, thank you for the use of your phone, Mrs.
Hughes. Annie Hughes. And this is my son, Hogarth.
Thank you, Annie. Hobart.
That's Hogarth.
Hogarth?
He'll make the connection with the toy gun.
See anything unusual, Hogarth?
No thing unusual, really. Gotta use the bathroom.
Interesting that they characterize the hand as a dog, a literal dog with his tail wagging.
Thank you again, Annie.
Good night, Hogarth. I'm sure we'll see each other again real soon.
Well, to Hogarth's his advantage, very quick thinking, and just so happened the hand fit through the window.
Oh, that's a Tomo, the Metal Menace. He's not the hero, he's the villain. He's not like you. You're a good guy. Like Superman.
So, a pretty important scene. What is his main mission on Earth in this specific time, 1957? in Maine? Is he a means for atomic war, or could he override his internal sort of calculations or commands to attack the enemy?
Just get behind something quick! Don't move.
Ah, that was quick thinking. Cosmo Burger as well fits in with the ad. Junkyard buffet.
No.
All right, who's out there?
He just chucks the car while it's still on its horn, and the junkyard is the perfect buffet for him.
It's okay.
My God.
He isn't gonna.
Run, kid, run!
Now it's in defense mode because it sees Hogarth being snatched.
So, where'd he come from?
He doesn't remember. He's like a little kid.
Little, yeah. Wait a minute.
The juxtaposition of his characteristics and his name, the Iron Giant.
Morning, sport. Sleep well?
Mom!
Isn't it wonderful, Hogarth? We finally rented our room.
Oh, he took the room rental. Infiltrating. To talk about going undercover and doing his job.
Hey, cowboy! Where you going? Where you going?
I'm going out!
Well, why don't you take Mr. Mansley with you? Show him the sights.
Oh, Mom, the sights!
Hey, I'd love that. Give us a chance to get acquainted. Swap some stories, huh, Chief?
There are
Well, he does have a car.
Oh, forget it. Gone. It's. That's not bad.
Yeah, he'll probably use the Iron Giant as a way to formulate some of his own ideas, to actualize it.
You think this middleman is fun, but who built it? The Russians, the Chinese, Martians, Canadians? I don't care. All I know is we didn't build it, and that's reason enough to assume the worst and blow it to kingdom come. Now, you are going to tell me about this thing. You are going to lead me to it, and we are going to destroy it before it destroys us.
Well, to his point, a lot of his own questions are legitimate. Well, the kid thinks in a very binary way. You know, if it's a good robot, there's no reason for us to think that it has evil motives, and let's just treat it well. That's quite a theme park ride. You get into a nice car, and you just blast off.
Come on in! It's really, really refreshing. What?
It's gonna do a massive cannonball. Oh boy. Wow. Well, it gives you the size and proportional difference between these humans and this giant iron robot.
Hey, look. It's a deer. Let's get closer.
It still had the bump on its head, top left corner. And now his investigation is getting closer and closer to this giant robot. We'll see what happens, and whether or not the giant robot will be targeted, whether he'll be attacked.
Don't do that!
Why?
It's dead, understand? They shot it with that gun. Hey, what's wrong?
That's Terminator mode right there. So now in his brain it equates, weapons with death, and now it has a concept of death. But then, question being as well, if whoever made this machine wanted it to be a weapon of destruction, why give it a consciousness that it can learn and it can talk? That's assuming it's from a certain country, but if it's from if it's an extraterrestrial from a different planet, who knows?
Souls don't die.
Souls don't die. So even if it understands the concept of mortality, at least it understands that there could be a possibility that it can share something with the humans, and that's their soul.
You don't even know where he came from or what the hell he is.
Guess you're not gonna hurt me.
Whoa, that was interesting. Almost like it had its own frequency to broadcast through all TV, like its dreams was broadcasting a certain frequency at a certain frequency. So it turns out there's not one of them. There's many of them. Almost like a Terminator.
In fact, we could make it so difficult that it would be irresponsible for us to leave you in her care. And all that implies. You'll be taken away from her, Hogarth.
You can't do that!
Oh, we can. And we will.
Well, he does have the arsenal and the means to go about it with his bureaucratic corporate power. One of them is bound to have to shut their eye and get somewhat sleepy. Oh, he's out. He's out. It's the old trick. Yeah, just a helmet.
Anyway, I haven't sold him yet, so if you really want him, and if,
Throw in a competitive bid.
Sir, listen. Step outside, Mansley.
Yes.
You realize how much hardware I brought out here? You just blew millions.
That was a brilliant move. That was a brilliant move by Dean to make it seem like it is an art piece.
I'm Superman.
Yeah. There you go. That's right. That was pretty cool.
Hey, what's wrong?
It cannot override its commands and understanding of a gun.
I am not a gun.
Hey, Mom.
Oh, It's not a gun, but it's going to turn into a gun after all this attack.
He says the monster's killed a kid. Sir, we must stop it at all costs.
Go to Code Red. Repeat, Code Red.
Mr. President?
Yeah, he twisted the truth very quickly. Wow. It can fly. Now that's a feature that was a feature shown off pretty late in the film.
Good call, Mansley. Secure the area. Let's find out what this thing is and who said it.
So Mansley keeps his job. You know, he's still in Washington. He feels vindicated. And if more than anything, I actually also want to know where did this thing come from? Kind of also reminds me of the day the Earth stood still. You know, this gigantic robot that came from another country to govern the society and say, you know, if you don't straighten out, eventually we're going to have to do something, and we're governing your society. So it kind of reminds me of that film as well.
544.50177 degrees north. Locked and loaded.
Oh, my baby, I'm so sorry.
Stop the car.
Hogarth, oh my God, honey, you're all
Go
right.
back! We've got to help him!
Are you crazy, kid? You're lucky to be alive. We're taking you to a hospital.
If the hospital happens to be around, if they can get to it, at this point, they want to shoot a bomb at it.
Oh, God.
It's okay.
Well,
it's
now that it's conscious that it could do all this damage, and the township that has been sort of attacked by it, I would assume it would try to take its own life.
Launch the missile now! That missile is targeted to the giant's current position. Where's the giant, Mansley?
Well, we can duck and cover. There's a fallout shelter right there.
Duck and cover. From what they learned in high school.
It's a missile. When it comes down, everyone will die.
There it is!
Well, instead of taking its own life, it'll probably be the sacrifice, since this missile is airborne already. It will perform the ultimate sacrifice, which they all will be able to relate to, and somehow defuse it or somehow take its blow.
You stay. I go. No following.
No following. It learned its lessons well and was able to reciprocate that command.
Let's go home.
And, I mean, coincidentally, the story works really well with the tie-in analogy to Superman.
Oh, hey, Hogarth. The general sent this to you.
What is it?
He said it was the only part recovered. He thought you should have it.
I miss him.
That's pretty cool. And what will be even cooler is if that small screw went into his jaw, starts to blink, and then he starts to follow it, and then it leads him to the giant, Superman.
See you later.
Wow, all the way in Iceland. The screw has a long way to travel, but eventually all the parts are independently arriving. Uh, I thought he would attempt to follow the screw, but since it's in Iceland, uh, it would be a ridiculous task. So that's pretty cool. That's a nice way to end. Thoughts. A very endearing film, and quite, so let's say in the recent Disney films, Pixar films, quite formulaic in terms of a child's relationship with this unknown creature, monster, or whatever have you. There's a number of films that you can probably think about that follow this sort of a structure. This film, it's short, succinct, does very well with, the different, the very few characters that it has. But then the standout happened to be, besides Hogarth, and him being sort of us, basically the main character, the Iron Giant, is awesome. It's this really well designed robot that emotes really well, and the few lines that Vin Diesel had, he seems to do really well with characters that have very few lines, or who are sort of animated, so all he has to do is probably the voiceover, but it works. They're endearing, and yeah, the animation style was very cool, very off its time. The fact that it took place in 1957 with the whole idea of the whether this was a Soviet spy, a Soviet weapon, whether it was from China or Russia, Soviet Union, or Canada. It was interesting all to think about, and we didn't really get any clear answers besides the dream that he had, which only Dean saw. So everybody else really did not have a good grasp or any answers, or any questions answered. But what really mattered at the end of the day, at the heart of the story, was you get to choose who you want to be, and this giant happened to choose Superman. And who knows, all the other giants, they could form the Justice League. I'm not so sure if there is a Iron Giant 2 that's sort of slated to come out anytime soon. I don't know how you would even do one besides looking at all the other, going back to its home territory and it fighting against all the other Iron Giants. I don't know, but I think this is a one and done. I don't think you can really create a sequel besides prying into things that does not need to be pried into. The film stands on its own. I mean, it works. Even after 25 years. This is the 25th year. So, yeah, Brad Bird, you rock. Yeah, he did a really good job with this one. Thoroughly enjoyed it. And if there was anything I missed, anything I got wrong, do let me know in the comments below. But until the next film, have a great Christmas celebration. God bless you all. And until I see you in the next episode, yeah, take care, guys. All the best. What's up, you cinephiles? Thank you very much for making it to the very end. Me and Big Willie don't take that for granted. We really appreciate you. Now, if you would like to show your support to us, you know what you can do up here. You can smash that button. Really, just smash it. And, if you would like to check out some more content, they're all curated by days up over here and playlists. So, you know what? We hope you're having a great day. Don't crumble and just continue to smile and be a good bastion of cinema.